Hello my precious little dragons. So today's gonna be a little different. I actually had a book look all planned to film for today. Like makeup set out, notes up, everything ready. And then I was just like, you know, I just do not have the energy to film an entire book look today. So instead, I'm going to do a shop my stash / get ready with me. So if you don't know what shop my stash is, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A lot of beauty community people are doing it right now because they're not buying as much and they're staying home, so they're like, hey, why don't we look at the collection we already have and make use of that. Like, I have a makeup bin in front of me that holds all of my like tried and true, I use these everyday products. I have an old like library filing cabinet, like one of those like really old ones, you know, back in the day where like it was a catalog holder where you would go and you'd like find the call number physically before we had computers. So it was my Mimi's. She had it, she passed it on to me, so that's where I keep all my makeup. I'll include a picture here if you don't know what I'm talking about, but that's where I keep all of my makeup that's not in my like ready to go bin on my desk. So I went through that and I'm just gonna talk with you guys, and I have my Earl Grey hot with a spot of milk, and I have a carrot cake muffin all ready to go, and I am just ready to get ready at 8 o'clock at night. You know, quarantine does stuff to you, man. So since this is a get ready with me, I'm just gonna say the products I'm using instead of giving myself trouble in post trying to put them all up here because it takes a while. So this is a Burt's Bees Ultra Conditioning Lip Balm. It's just, it has cocoa butter. No idea what cocoa butter is, but moisturizing your lips is always a good idea. Going with my 4th Ray Rose Face Milk. So how are you guys doing? How are you managing with all of this? Today was actually a really good day. I finally got my first unemployment check, which is awesome. I've been waiting for it for weeks. So that was a giant blessing. Hopefully you guys are managing okay. Hopefully this will just be like a calming time for you guys. Okay, and this I actually haven't used yet. It's like the e.l.f. Aqua Primer Mist. And I've never used a primer mist before. I don't know how it's supposed to work. Oh my gosh. That was a mist, alright. Holy crap. Let's just get that into the skin real quick. Holy crap. It kind of reminds me of, you know, when you go to the zoo and like they have the water things, like so when it's really hot you can walk through the water and it just like, no, actually that mist is too fine. This is more like getting sprayed with a garden hose when you have your thumb over it. That's a better description. Holy crap, e.l.f. Oh boy. Okay. I need to drink a tea after that one. Ooh. Like, I did my brows like really heavy last year and I haven't used this product since then because I've been using more of the like, brow gels, like more light. For a while I was using a combination of the Maybelline Brow Drama Shaping Chalk Powder in 120 medium brown and then going over it with like this little trial-sized version of the Benefit Gimme Brow in, what is this? It doesn't say. It's either soft brown or taupe. Anyway, we're gonna see if I can do these like heavy brows without like ruining my face, which is why I'm doing it before I do my base. I'm a little scared. I haven't done these in a while because it gives you like heavy brows, which I mean is a look. And I can tell the product is running out because like it used to come on really heavy. Oh gosh, gosh, gosh. Besame, save me. I don't want to go too far into block brow territory because then it's kind of scary. Like, look at the difference. This is like Matt Smith Eyebrowitis over here, and then you have like, who's known for heavy brows? Like Brooke Shieldish over on this side. Oh my gosh. But there's something, when you have no brow hairs, there's something really appealing about just going from 0 to 100. But I always try and start over on the far corner because I don't want the super heavy stroke when all the product is still on it to be like on the end, because that's when you get into the major block brow territory. And just like that, the girl can emote. But they stay on pretty well for being like a chalk. I don't know. Since it's like almost running out, I've like been tempted to like get the product again. But like I said, I have so many products just like laying around, and I get like Ipsy and BoxyCharm and stuff. So like I don't really buy that many of my own products. Like, and this was something I got from like the clearance rack at Walmart. And I do the brow gel on top, like even if it just has a little tint, I feel like it kind of makes like ever so slightly more natural. Because it tends like the really light brow hairs, because my eyebrow hairs are like 3 shades lighter and my natural hair and sparse on top of it, so they just need all the help they can get, honestly. But like, I cut my own hair. Ah. Like, I followed the Brad Mondo, like, how to cut your own hair tutorial because honestly, I needed it cut before quarantine started and then it was just getting worse. And the split ends were terrible. Like, I was in the car the other day and I looked down and I saw this hair that had 6 splits on it and I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to do it. I just need to cut it. And so I ended up cutting off somewhere between like 8 to 12 inches and it probably hasn't been this short in like 6 years because it was like at my hip. And now it's like, I don't know, it's like mid back. It's like a little above my waist. So I'm also trying to do curly girl to get some of my like wavy curls back and stuff. And it was just too long. It was too heavy. So had to go. But I wasn't brave enough to chop any more off because I had a bad short hair experience as a child. I shall never return to those dark days. I'm sure I could carry it off better now than I could then, but dark days. So this isn't really old, but I haven't tried it yet and I want to. I just got this in my BoxyCharm. No, I think this came in a subscription box, but this is the Iconic London Illuminator in Original. Okay, just gonna, like, I'm kind of afraid because this is a little deep for my complexion, so I'm gonna put some on before. Oh my goodness, that's so big. Like, look how pigmented that is. Don't want to be too glowy, although I mean I'm not going anywhere, so who cares? But like, oh my gosh, did that just like fully, oh, does that kind of emphasize texture a little bit? It's alright, we're gonna fix it later. I mean, glowy, that's for sure. I feel like it's kind of giving me almost a sweaty look though. I think it'll look better like once I balance it out with like foundation or something on top, which actually was gonna go in with the BB cream because it's one I haven't used in a while, because that's, you know, the point of the video, but we'll see. We shall see. Alrighty, let's do eyes. So I'm gonna use 2-3 products. I'm just playing. I just want to talk to you guys, see where this goes. So first thing I'm gonna use is the Dominique Cosmetics something palette. What are you? Sweater Weather. Sweater Weather. Duh. Sweater Weather palette. It's just this cute little mini palette. And like, I played around with it and swatched it a little bit, but look how cute. It's got all these pretty colors. I mean, it's really compact. It could definitely use that for travel or something, but I just haven't used it yet. So I'm just gonna go in with that. Let's go in with Cuddle first, because I like cuddles. Okay, well that's just basically the shade of the veins on my eyelid. I mean, not the veins are blue, duh. But like, it's kind of just blending in with my natural eyelid color. So I've been reading some, I mean, obviously I've been reading some lately. That's why most of you are here. I've been trying to make my way through Order of the Phoenix, and for whatever reason, like, just after Goblet of Fire, I just like hit a wall, and so I haven't really had the energy to keep reading through Order of the Phoenix. Like, I kind of have to push myself a little bit more, which is kind of weird. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to push myself to like read something I really enjoy, so I've just kind of put it on hold a little bit. I mean, obviously I'll still get through it and everything, and I really like the book, obviously, because it's Harry Potter, but for whatever reason, I've hit a little bit of a reading block, and I mean, that happens, it's all well and good, but I don't know. I mean, quarantine's just kind of hit my energy levels pretty hard to the point where I don't really want to do anything, which is kind of disturbing a little bit. Like, I didn't get out of my pajamas for a solid week. I don't know, I feel nasty. Even when you're not in the worst of positions, it's still kind of rough. So my energy's been down, my motivation's been down, everything's just been down. I don't know if any of you guys are feeling the same, but at least that's where I'm at. You'll notice I'm just using the same brush on everything, so I want kind of a soft look, and I don't really care. We're not doing anything crazy today. This is just me trying to get myself enough gumption to like film my book looks, because I have 2 I need to film. So I mean, keep an eye out for those. That'll be cool. Just doing this nice little rounded look. Nothing too fancy. That's what I'm currently reading, and then I technically started, what was it? It's the one by V.E. Schwab. I can only think of Vicious, but it's not Vicious. It's the one with all the Londons. Dude, what's the name of it? Hold on, I have to check my Libby app. Well, it's in my library. Darker Shade of Magic. Oh crap, it's due in 4 days. better get up with that. Ooh, yeah, gosh. I've heard it's really good, and one of my friends, like V.E. Schwab's his favorite author. I got to meet her once, which was cool. So, should be a good book. I trust his judgment. I trust my friend's judgment. There's that a little bit, and I'm gonna dabble on. I have this like, I have the like mini just single Sagittarius color from KathleenLights Colourpop. It's this really pretty little purple. It comes with its own mini mirror, which is kind of fun.
There is a matter that requires your attention. There is a matter that requires...
It's my med alarm. Jarvis likes to remind me. 8:30 on the dot. Take my meds and be right back. Right, back. Sorry. If I don't take it right away, I tend to forget, and then it's like midnight and I still haven't taken my meds yet, and it's like, oops. So anyway, it's a pretty purple shade, which I think that's kind of warm toned for this, but I mean, I can use it. I think I'm gonna use it actually in this transition. I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. Anyway, so, I mean, what have you guys been doing this quarantine? I feel like I've just watched a ridiculous amount of YouTube, honestly. I mean, I've done some productive stuff, and like, I'm in Diary of Von Frank, which hopefully we'll still be able to perform the show at some point before I leave for grad school, but I've been doing Zoom rehearsals, which is interesting. You know, it's weird because, you know, theater is such a immersive thing. Like, it feels like it's something that it's kind of just hard to do when you're not physically in a space with people, but I mean, it's working. We're trying. I've been doing that and watching a ridiculous amount of YouTube, mostly like all my booktubers, all the beauty YouTubers. I've been listening to like Bailey Sarian, like her murder mystery makeup Mondays. Those are really cool. Been getting into those. I finally caved and watched Tiger King like a week or so ago. That's the wild ride, let me tell you. I mean, I don't probably have to tell you, you've probably already watched it. But like, every person in that whole show is just such a character. It doesn't feel like they're real people, even though you know like they are. This is the Wet n Wild Air palette. And it's kind of interesting because all of the eyeshadows are like all together. I haven't really used it much, but I mean, it seems cool. I'm gonna dab like this one maybe? It's kind of dusty. I don't think this would work on like deeper skin tones, but as we all know, I have the complexion of paper, but I think this would probably show up definitely ashy on like probably anyone darker than me. So what have you guys been doing this quarantine? I know lots of Netflix watching probably. Oh no, that's sad. Like this little duster, like the glitter's all on the top. I don't like it when eyeshadow palettes do that. It feels like they're lying to me and I don't like being lied to. Stop it! Anyway, so there's that. Go back into sweater weather real quick. I'm just gonna take some more of chill. Everyone just needs to chill. I'm just gonna pat that in. What was I even talking about for this? Was I still on about Tiger King? Just talking about all the Netflix. I haven't watched too much else besides that. My sister, she like has been watching through a bunch of things, but she rewatched through Merlin, which I love BBC Merlin. But like, real talk, I never watched the last episode. Like, I knew what happened and I couldn't watch it. So I have legitimately never seen it. And my sister was like, we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna sit you down and make you watch it. Cause like the first time it came out, like when it premiered, what was that, like 2015, 2016, something like that? When it premiered, my sister literally tried to hold me down in a chair to watch it, and I yelled at her and like struggled against her and ran away. You know, kid things. And I never saw it. So, I mean, I understand wanting to see it, but at this point I was just like, just the last episode? She's like, well, we can watch the last two to catch up. And then she ended up watching it without me, and I was like, I mean, you didn't ask. I mean, you said it while you were watching through like season 2. Never followed through. Hold on. I'm just gonna, this is like fun part. I'm just gonna like eat it in one bite. Don't judge me. Strong tea with sweets is literally one of the best combinations ever. I appreciate it. So I watched a little bit of Merlin with her, but not the finale. Watched Tiger King. I've watched a little bit of Golden Girls. Ooh, I went through Worst Cooks in America, like, because I went on Nailed It. Nailed It reminded me of Worst Cooks in America. I'd seen a couple seasons of it when they still had Bobby Flay, but I hadn't seen the ones with the new guy. So this is the L'Oreal's the Super Slim Liquid Eyeliner in black. Oh my goodness, hold on, I need a smaller mirror. Anyway, so I watched Worst Cooks in America, which is a journey. I mean, I love baking. I definitely stress bake. Like a couple weeks ago, I just wanted to bake something, but the recipe I wanted to bake had egg whites. so obviously I had to use the yolks. So then I was like looking at recipes that only used egg yolks. So I think let's see, I ended up making a cake, 3 different types of cookies, and a thing of muffins. Extra bake. Okay, like real talk about these eyeliners. I like using them alone with the brushes. They're just easier to me for whatever reason. So I have like a million of these like pen ones just sitting in my drawers, which is why I'm using them for this video. But they're so much more difficult to me than just a brush. Okay, I finished my eyeliner, kind of. I don't know, I just don't like using the pen ones. They're so hard. But they're so much more popular than the brush ones, which I mean, I guess everyone has different comfort levels, but since I do like art, like painting and stuff, like just having a brush in my hand feels so much more natural to me than like trying to draw it with the ink pen. What even is it called? Because I mean, it's still a liquid liner. It's like a felt tip pen as opposed to like a paintbrush. I don't know. They don't work for me as much. Let's do mascara. So I have 2. I have the Betty Boop Ipsy Blink and Wink mascara and the Benefit Roller Lash, which I remember not liking this one as much. Try the Roller Lash. See how that goes. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so back to Worst Cooks in America. Sorry, you'll have to deal with like my grasshoppering. I do this a lot. But Worst Cooks in America is just like, it's so entertaining. And I mean, I know like the 2 chefs, like they really want to see these people learn, which is cool. And I mean, it's interesting because like baking and cooking for me is like such a stress relief, and I am pretty good at it, and it usually turns out okay. And it's just wacky to me to like watch people who like don't even know what an onion is, legitimately. It's a wild ride from start to finish. But it's really cool to see these people learn how to cook, and I don't know, I like that. I mean, it gets like, not really cutthroat, but I mean, it gets a little more intense than say Great British Bake Off. But it's still good because you know the chefs still want to see their students succeed. I just like cooking shows in general, but I like the ones that are more calm, which I guess Nailed It isn't really gonna say what calm. I like the ones that aren't crazy competitive. I tried watching like Chopped and Cutthroat Kitchen a few years back, and I just couldn't do it. It was too much competition for me, and it just made me feel bad, like stressed me out. I'm like, why are you being so mean to each other? Like, I know that's the point. It's called Cutthroat Kitchen. But I don't like it. I hope you got that reference. I'm referencing like Chris Evans' nephew, or Chris Evan referencing his nephew, because like I don't like it. So like my sister and I started saying it, and now even like my mom says it. I don't like it. I've been trying to convince my mom or my sister to do the like book to pick my makeup challenge with me. Like, we pick the books and then I do their makeup with whatever the thing is, because I think it'd be fun. I haven't fully convinced them yet, but I'm working on it. Stay tuned. Because like book looks just take so much preparation, like I can't read that much. Like I mean I could right now, especially like once I start grad school. I know that's not gonna stay. So like I wanna think of ideas of like things I can do kind of in the interim, like short fun little videos. I always say this, but if you have ideas, let me know. While you're down there, you can like and subscribe to all the YouTubery stuff. The most boring video to say like and subscribe on. Okay, so at this point, I have to decide if I want to try the BB cream. Actually, I should probably check and see if this is even good anymore. Ooh, oh, it is not. That has gone off. That is not good. That is fully separated. Sorry, baby. Well, I guess I'll just mix that in my hand. So this is the, I did like this. I just haven't used it in a while because it's more of a summer thing for me. But this is the L'Oreal Skin Beautifier BB Cream in Fair Pale, and it's like just this white thing, and it's supposed to like blend into your skin tone, kind of. But it is not because it's separated, and it's just staying white. Ooh. Toss that one. I didn't have a ton left anyway. It's fine. Okay, so we're going the foundation route. So I will be using my Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation in the shade Linen. This pump is so little. I don't like. I mean, you don't need a ton, but you have to get like do like 3 pumps. But it only dispenses like this much, so it's not like you're pumping out like a ton. Now we'll see if that glow really was too much. I think this is the first like full like just beauty video I've done, because like everything else has at least had a book hint to it, which I mean obviously I've talked about books some in this Get Ready With Me, but like everything else had kind of a book theme to it. So I mean, I guess if you were here for the books, you're a little disappointed, so sorry. I don't know. That's kind of a weird thing about this channel. Like, I'm trying to figure out like my niche, which I mean my niche is like books and beauty, which is, that's my punny channel name. I feel like if people come here, they're here for like one or the other. And so it feels, and books feel a little bit more universal. So like I was like worried about doing just a makeup video. I mean, hopefully you guys are cool with it. I like that foundation. It's just, it's nice. I mean, it's not crazy full coverage. It's like medium to full, but I mean, it covers things up pretty well. I feel like, yeah, I can still see that highlighter coming through pretty well. Okay, so I'm trying to debate which one I want to use. I think I'm going to use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is in the shade 095 Cool Ivory. This one is a cool undertone, which doesn't really fit my skin super well because I'm more neutral. So I really only use this on my under eye, like to brighten. And I mean, I guess I can also use it like here. Well, I just did, so chill. It's on my nose now. That's one of like only 2 concealers I've tried that are actually light enough to use as a highlighting shade. So the other one is the Juvia's Place one that I use a lot. So, but both of them have a cool undertone, which is mildly unfortunate. Because I guess you're only allowed to be the palest of pale if you're cool toned. If you're neutral, you just gotta work with it. So, yeah. But I mean, it brightens nicely, so I like it. Alright, I don't really have a ton of blemishes. I have a pimple that's receding here because I get hormonal acne like mad. But that one's more my skin tone, so yay. Every time like I finish my base and I look in the mirror and I just like notice how pale I am, I think of like the Mulan song where it's like, pale and fragile, she's a China doll, which was a really bad imitation of that song. Every time I sing an imitation of a song, I sing it badly, even though I can sing well, which is weird. Like, why do I do that? I don't know. Who knows? Alright, I want to do under my eye, so I think I'm just going to take, and you know, I'm going to use the same brush I've used this whole time. I think I'm just going to take a little bit of Toasty, and I'm just going to do that under the eye real quick. That just already adds so much more warmth to my face that desperately needs it. So just kind of blend us together, blend us together. Just take that down. Do we get like, I kind of like to take it like where you can feel like the indent of the socket right here. I feel like that's a good place to kind of have the shading. I don't really want to put the purples under my eye because I feel like that's a little too close to those eye bags I just covered up. So I'm going to take a little bit of, let's take Cuddle and then mix it with Fuzzy. And just pop that in the inner corner. The under inner corner, because I guess the inner corner's here. But I'm just taking a little chill. Happy with that. Looks good. Alright, what am I doing next? Let's do... I grabbed 2 blushes because I wasn't sure quite where I was going with the look, so I'm gonna look at them real quick. That might be 2. But that one could be a topper. No, neither of these are both just blushes I haven't used in a while. So I have the Instain Long Wearing Blush in Argyle from the Balm, and I have a Phase Zero blush in, ooh, that is falling apart. Eek. And this one is in Making Moves, and this one's kind of this nice corally, which neither of them kind of really match the cool tone. So I think this one's a little more cool tone. So I think I'll go with the Instain one. Oh, that makes it very light. I feel like I always go really heavy-handed with blush, but it just like it disappears so fast that I go heavy-handed with it so that by the end of the day you can still see it. At least a little bit. It's a nice airy little brush. It's very soft. I don't have a ton to talk about, but I've always wondered if I ask Siri to give me a fun fact, if she'll give me a fun fact. Siri, give me a fun fact.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
That's sad. I don't like that. Hold on, maybe Google will give me a fun fact. Google, come through. Google, give me a fun fact.
Here's a summary from Entrepreneur. Here are 19 surprising facts about Google. Sergey Brin and Larry Page met by chance. Google was originally named Macro. Google is a play on the word Google. Google's first doodle was a Burning Man stick figure, and more.
Okay. So that was just surprising facts you didn't know about Google. Going into that Making Moves blush now, which, I mean, that's a pretty topper. I'm gonna dip into Let's see how much of this is left. This is just like a little trial size of Bahama Mama bronzer, and I remember this being too dark, but it is cool toned, which is nice. So I'm just gonna try it because I was back before I really used bronzer that much. So I'm just gonna see if I still feel that way. I'm gonna test it on my hand first. Yeah, I think I could definitely use that. It's a little powdery. Well, actually, it's kind of making me feel a little dusty. A lot dusty. Does that just look... No. So I turned myself into this Celtic alchemist gone bad. And I had fun with the makeup, and it just involved me putting like I used a lot of blues, and like I blended it like around my eyes and stuff. It looked really cool. Insert a picture up here just in case you happen not to follow my Instagram, which is also a novel beauty. Anyway, but I haven't cleansed my bronze brush yet, and it had the blue on it, which is why that bronzer just looked really weird. There's your story time. Okay, different brush. Take 2. Let's try that again. Okay, so that's like, I mean, still minorly dusty. I probably wouldn't go for that shade, but I mean, not bad. Like, I'm just using a little bit to warm up. Better than having blue bronzer. Have any of you guys ever done that? Like, just, like, had a not clean brush and, like, totally muddled your colors? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Oh, I grabbed a highlighter. I grabbed the, like, Mary Luminizer highlighter, which, like, it's a pretty good highlighter, but, like, it's definitely not the most pigmented one I own. I feel like you have to kind of build it a little bit. I like to be more of a, like, one and done kind of person. Says the girl who takes, like, an hour and a half to do her makeup. But, I mean, it's still pretty. It's just, like, it takes a little more building than I'm used to, but if you like a really nice subtle one, go for it. I mean, see? It's pretty. It's got this nice champagne-y pearly shift to it, which is nice. Robert Walsh always says, do the highlighter where the light hits your face. So mine hits it like right here, a little bit here. I always do my Cupid's bow. I'm going to use my Aurora translucent powder from Besame Cosmetics. It's part of their Sleeping Beauty collection, which I love. And it comes with this little kind of protector powder puff, but I don't like to use it. I don't like to use the puff. I like to take a powder brush because I just feel like it gives a softer, more diffused look. It's this like pink powder, so it gives this nice little rosy finish, which is nice. But if I use the puff, sometimes I just get like a patch of pink. And I mean, you can obviously blend it out, but like I feel like then sometimes that adds to the redness of my face instead of like rosiness. But it's a nice little translucent powder. It's really nicely on the skin. It doesn't make anything look dry. Because I mean, I have combination skin, so I get dry patches, especially like I get them right here on the edge of my nose. Like right here gets oily, but right here gets really dry. And then like I get some dryness on the bottom of my cheeks too, so I feel like I have to be like careful which powder products I use, or even which foundations, because my oily section might really like that foundation, but then my dry section is like freaking out. You get the gist. Skin is complicated. I have 2 different lip products here, and I think go with either, I'm not sure. The first one is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the color 100 Philosopher. That's this really nice lavender shade, and I've only used it once, but I thought, you know, since I have the lavenders in my eye, it might look nice. And then I also grabbed the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Flirt. So I thought I might like try and mix them because I thought the lavender on its own might be a little too much. And this is like nice and cool tone too. Yeah. You can't even see that. It pretty much is my lip color. It's the Becca Ultimate Lip Definer in the shade Low Maintenance. I'm gonna put Flirt around the edges. This smells really good, by the way. And then I just feel like the best way to blend just to smack the lips together. Kind of works. And I don't have a tissue on me, so I can't really do my blot test. Not blot test, but you know the trick where you blot so it like stays better. Words. I mean, I guess I could use a setting spray. I mean, you guys have seen the setting sprays I use. It's the same 3. Yeah, well, might as well. This is almost done. I need to finish using it up. This is the e.l.f. makeup setting spray. has a much better mist than their primer. Holy crap. That is pretty much it. So I'm just gonna tap this in. It's an Ellie Glines tip. She always taps in after she sets, which is supposed to help everything just kind of set into place. Really like that tip. I think this looks really cute. I'm gonna wash it off in like 30 minutes and go to, actually I'm not gonna go to bed until like 3 a.m. My sleep schedule's really messed up. But I'm probably still, I'm gonna wipe it off within the next hour. But I'll look cute for this next hour. This has been my Get Ready With Me, Shop My Stash. I had fun with it. If you think I should do more of these, let me know. If you want to see just either more book content or more beauty content, I am always open to suggestions. I just dipped my finger in my liquid lip swatch, that's fine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was a nice calming video for you guys too. I had a lot of fun with it. It's nice just to kind of sit down and not have to have a whole outline of things I have to get through and know I have to keep my videos under 35 minutes. Well, actually, I'm bad at keeping them under 35 minutes. This one will probably be long too, honestly, but I think I can edit this one down. Here's hoping. Here's hoping. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Stay magic, keep reading, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Bye. That was really high. Bye. 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 How do you say the word bye without, oh my gosh. How do you say, here, let me try again. This one will sound better. Bye. It's still high. Voice is too high. Bye. 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 It's starting to sound weird. Bye is no longer a real word. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. Have a good day.